Sup, my name is Ryu for TheCouncilNetwork. Welcome to the Arrow Season 5 post-Comic-Con discussion. This will be the first of the post-discussion videos that we start posting out. Lots of posts there. But, yeah, so there's a few things I need to talk about besides just the trailer for Arrow. The major one is that Katie Cassidy has basically been confirmed to be coming back. I don't know if it's flashbacks or actually back from the grave, but coming back throughout Legends of Tomorrow, Flash, I guess Supergirl, and definitely Arrow. So there's a lot going on. And of course, there's a Justice League trailer we gotta talk about this week, and there's a bunch of Marvel stuff we gotta talk this week. So expect 2 videos starting tomorrow, because today I couldn't get it done, so my apologies. But let's break down the Arrow Season 5 trailer, which kicks off with Damien Dark. Obviously, I can't show it because CW doesn't believe in fair use, apparently. To be fair, but Laurel Lance, you get the shot of her grave. Oliver's mayor currently, and someone's out to make Oliver look bad. It looks like Diggle won't be part of the team, and they're going to have a bunch of new recruits. The Evelyn girl, who basically took what's her name? Took the Black Canary mantle. Obviously, the backlash on that went huge, and I think that's part of the reason why now they're going to make her Artemis and build her throughout the season. We also see Willa Holland character. I can't remember her character, but basically Speedy is not going to be a major part of the team. Unfortunately, I do have to say unfortunately, you can hear the bells going. Unfortunately, though, we have Felicity, so hopefully they'll keep the love down a little bit, because Arrow really does need to go back to its roots of just pure action. And I said this in the pre-Comic-Con trailer, and I'll say it here, the Comic-Con discussion, and I'll say it here. Hopefully, with all these new characters being introduced, the choreography of the fights stays very, very focused on just 1 or 2 people at a time and not all 4, because it feels like a cluster. It doesn't feel as tight. You can't do as many cool things and focus in. Everyone's got to get their 5 seconds, and it just takes away from it. But there's a lot. Mr. Terrific is looking to be built up this season. Wild Dog's looking to be built up this season. And Artemis, those are the new recruits. So that's pretty interesting, to say the least. And the new Arrow costume, I was expecting a lot more, to be honest. It pretty much looks like, hey, winter is in Star City. And since it's winter in Star City, guess what? You gotta have sleeves. My major takeaway from this whole thing is the flashbacks are gonna look pretty, I want to say, pretty up to Arrow Season 1, maybe, possibly. I can't really judge it too much because of the simple fact we didn't get too much meat from it. We just basically got Oliver, snapping a dude's neck. From what Stephen Amell said in, about it, basically the first episode's going to be really gory, and it's going to be, not Game of Thrones kind of, up there, but it's going to be up there, needless to say. The one thing is the villain. I heard rumors that it's Prometheus. I'm not too familiar with him, but if it is, it looks pretty cool. I want to say it's more kind of like a cross between Prometheus and Hush, because he's taking Oliver's identity, so maybe we'll see something like that. I think that could work. It also looks like Anarchy's back this season, which is good. I didn't have a problem with him being a recurring villain, and I feel like he could actually be that really good rogue villain building up. There is one other major thing that I do have to talk about here and throughout the next couple of videos, is the Legends of Tomorrow panel announced that basically the Dark Archer, the Reverse Flash, and everything is basically going to be, I forgot the name for it, because I'm not really super big on DC stuff in that sense, but they're going to be the evil version of Justice League. I keep forgetting the name, but they're going to be the main threat against Legends of Tomorrow. So what I'm curious about is, how does Malcolm Merlyn get from point A to point B over there? So we'll have to see how that plays out. Maybe he's working behind the scenes on something very, very deceivious. I want to say Hive is going to be back this season in some shape or form, only because it would just kind of make sense, hey, our plans failed, but we're not really going away. Here's this new plan that Malcolm Merlyn's leading. Maybe that's how that whole thing gets built up. But we get to see this new, I guess it's Prometheus, this guy in rags, or maybe it's Ragman, but he basically comes around and he's like, just killing people, trying to act like he's the Green Arrow. So I'm interested to see how that whole dynamic works, and I'm really interested to see how Katie Cassidy comes back, in which shape or form. And of course, the final part of the trailer is the dude getting stabbed going, Green Arrow? And it's like, that's not the Green Arrow, bro, but damn. So, I don't know, the trailer's got me a little bit excited, but I'm also very kind of taking 2 steps back. If it's anywhere good between season 2 and season 3, like, if it's not as good as season 2, but it's better than season 3, then we're on the right track. That's the right way to get Arrow back to where it needs to be. But if it's anything otherwise than that, it's going to be terrible. As simple as that, it's going to be terrible. I'm interested to see where it's going. I'll give it a chance. I'll review the episodes. So that's all I really got for today. But thank you guys so much for tuning in. Make sure to subscribe for more here on the Council Network if you enjoy the content. Tomorrow we'll be talking about Flash and Legends of Tomorrow. And then, of course, the big boy, Justice League. Ooh, I got so much to say about Justice League. But I'll see you then. Thanks for watching as always. Peace.